Hello, everybody. It's
Hi.
the Jeffrey and Nancy show. Jeffrey came to hold me up because my breathing still sucks. I mean, I suck in air, but it doesn't always want to come out the right way. So he's here in case I have a coughing fit so I can run, get on my nebulizer and live. Jeffrey is the ER. Woo woo. Okay, right away. Jeffrey and I we had one question. Huh? You're my ER. You're my EM.
Oh, I see.
We had one question that came in, and I'm going to show it. And Jeffrey and I discussed it a little bit, and I'm going to lay cards on because I don't want to abandon this lady. But her story is her daughter's had 2 brain tumors removed, and now they're finding instability again. Will this be another tumor? Well, if she's lived through 2, my guide said they need to be ready for all eventualities, and that we can't give them false hope. But I'm just going to ask, is the tumor back? And I'll tell you the truth. And I asked Jeffrey if he wanted to read this, and Jeffrey doesn't do medical stuff, so it's up to him at the end. So. It's going to be like the one before. It's going to be benign. And yeah, they're going to have to, it looks like they're going to have to go do it, but she's going to come out of it fine. And they've been watching it because somehow in the first 2 surgeries, they began to have feelings that she would have continued instability in your brain tissue. And I don't know what to tell you about that because I don't know. I have enough trouble with my own brain tissue. But anyway, go on, Jeffrey.
No, I have really good cards. I have the Angel Link.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, for a health you almost can't ask.
Yeah, you can't get better. That means it's going to come out in a balanced fashion. Maybe they'll be able to treat it without surgery.
Yeah, but there's going to have to be a time of rest that she's very comfortable and surrounded with what she wants to be surrounded with. And then I have the Star, a new hope, a new inspiration.
Yeah, maybe this is
good cards. These are really good cards.
Good. So, however, they're either going to find out it's treatable from the outside. It may be that they caught it early enough that they can shrink it. There's a lot of tumor shrinkage stuff out there.
Well, this is also about taking the power yourself.
Right. And she shouldn't just surrender, oh my God, I have another tumor.
Yeah.
But I don't blame people that have health problems because my asthma was supposed to be gone and it ain't gone. Let me tell you. So, what's going on, Jeffrey, in your little world?
Well, I am preparing for our next class, which is on April 30th.
Right.
I have written 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is about tarot.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dr.
I have a copy of the other book sitting here by my desk.
Beautiful.
This is a shadow work book. And this book, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous to work with. I've done some of the pages. I'm not going to reveal to you because it's a self-help book. And I'm helping myself. But it's a great time, guys. This is a perfect time when we're going through this period of change to look at the crap that might be holding you back and get rid of it.
That's why I wrote it.
Yes, I know.
This time. So that's available on my website, ripecolor.com. It's also available on Amazon. I'll put all the links below in my video.
I've got
you for our class. And I also have a tarot cheat sheet you can get for free on my site. And check it out.
Right. We want everyone to understand. Somebody says, oh, I want to read as fast as you do. And I'm like, well, you got to start by just understanding the cards. And the way Jeffrey and I approach the cards, they're not like this mystery. This many cards. Pick an idea. It's other thing. And if you want if you're calling in with a question, okay, Debbie, my nebulizer is on the other side of the wall. So I don't forget my nebulizer. I have the plug-in kind. Not only that, but the gods were really out to tell me you really need this piece of equipment. I I bought a new my old one just died. It just turned off right mid. Okay, so I ordered a new one, and I live in a big city, and Amazon has a 4-hour delivery policy on certain medical equipment, and this is one, and it's actually cheaper than going to the drugstore and getting it. That's the only reason I used Amazon, because I don't want to give Bezos any more money than he already has, but I needed to breathe, so I ordered it. It came in. I had it all set up. Saturday night, in the middle of the night, I woke up and said, I need oxygen. I used it and it broke while I was using it. So I went, well, that sucks. So then at 3 a.m, I'm ordering a nebulizer. They got to realize it's real. Anyway, I got mine Sunday and it worked, the new one. So, and yeah, my oxygen sats have gotten down to 87, which a little alarm goes off on my watch and says, you have no air. And
we have another question.
Which one?
Nivra. Yeah.
Who's on the? I'm confused. I think Nivra, are you here? Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if you and your husband are going to get together this summer. Things are going to change between now and the summer, so. Okay, I'll mark some of the other questions. Okay. What I see coming up. Okay, Nivra. Let's see about visiting. Yes, but there's going to be a few slight delays, but I see it really, this is you and he together, and you're getting together okay. And it's going to cost more than you thought. This card says there's going to be delay in transferring and coming into the country. You're going to really take everything seriously. Get a burner phone. Don't bring in anything that shows you like go to tarot readers. I mean, really get rid of all your stuff. And then because of the government's still going to be effed up, but you're going to be fine. You and your husband are going to be fine.
Yeah, I get a lot of delay. I get change. Costs more than you thought. And initially you're going to be disappointed, but you're going to be able to figure something out because I have her here. So this is really about like follow your intuition, follow your dreams. You'll know when to act. You'll know when to do what you need to do. And, be willing to change because fives are change. So, well, it has to be August 15th. And it's like, if it's August 18th, like be willing to.
Yeah, I mean, and there's going to be a lot of other reasons why transportation is going to get pretty screwed up this summer, I think.
Yeah.
Just a feeling I have. And I don't ever go anywhere, so it's like of no personal interest to me, but it is for the bigger world. Okay. Oh, will I get laid off from my job? Oh. Never. So it's your husband that's coming in. Make sure he takes all the precautions he needs to.
Yeah, Nivra, if your instinct says do this now or call this place or whatever, then do it. Don't, I'll do it later. Do it. Okay.
Okay. Will I get laid off from my job? Oops. These cards don't want to shuffle. So we're going to go to one of the cat decks. Where'd it go?
Okay. The job Reba. I got good car. I got the sun, so that looks like good, abundant, clear. Yay, abundance. And then I got the 4, which I think that's like being being stable. I think you're stable in your home, which and in this case, your home would be your job. And I get this. I get the 6 of Cups. So
she works with people she feels connected to. That's another part of getting laid off.
So I mean, I have the sun. It looks okay.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm going to lay out my little pagan kitty tarot cards.
But also don't, just because you think it's going to be like that, it's like just start sending stuff out. Start looking. Start planting
Yeah.
seeds. Yeah.
I've got no, primarily no, because you work with people you really like. That's the Two of Cups. And who's this one? Oh, this is the cat taking down the. I see movement for you, but I think it's movement within the space you're in. You're well liked. You've got the strength. You've got people around you who really support you.
Mm.
And there is a dark-haired woman you work with that you don't trust, and she's the one who's sowing the seeds of discontent. But I see the Knight of Pentacles at the end, which means you still have money. I don't understand why that cat on a goat is the Knight of Pentacles, but it is. So what I get is a lot of the insecurities you're feeling are being fed by the people around you, and they're not real. I think you work with a lot of people who really like you, and they want to support you. And y'all need to support each other, because that dark-haired woman's not up to any good. We wouldn't know anything about being in a country full of people who are up to no good, would we?
I don't think there's any country out there that's not the situation, actually.
What?
I think all countries are messed up right now.
Oh yeah, pick your place. One week in March, I got laid off, broke my foot, and my daughter moved to Scotland. I'm 61. Will I find another job? I don't even know what to do anymore. Oh, dearie. Man, if I were you, I'd find a good astrologer who's cheap and have them do that week. Look at that chart on my week. I'm not kidding you. Because March is when we had a lot of planets lined up. I'm going to just do, will I find another job? I think that's your primary concern right now. Too late. And if y'all hang around, you get to see a sort of a premiere of the ninth.
You're going to be offered something, but you kind of don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get the 5, and the 5 is like, I've changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't really want to follow in someone else's footsteps. I don't really want to like show up for someone that it's like empty.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get the Ace of Cups. So, the Ace of Cups sometimes is intuition too. So it's like, be open to new things. Be open to new things. And, you have to really sit and contemplate what it is that you want. I have the Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sit and say, okay, higher self, I give up. Where should I go? And, I think it's something like you haven't done before, something that seems, but you're done with the old stuff. Yeah, I think you say, if you get something that was similar to the one you had, I feel like you say, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Okay. What I got is you are in charge of your own fate. And I think some of all those things falling together at one time was grief over I think you didn't want your daughter to move. You're just not sure about where to plant your seeds, but you have a great work resume overall in your field. And where you were working was falling down anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were working every day to keep it going, and you're about to move to a job where your talents will be recognized. You can work collegially with a lot of other people. Looks very positive. You got 5 yeses on that with 1 no. So I think, yes, you're going to get a job. Your only hesitance about going to another job is this one going to be as flaky as the last one?
Right.
What are they hawking outside your house today, Jeffrey? We can hear them.
They're playing Blondie. Somebody in the building is playing Blondie.
Okay. Well, should I add another furred baby? Okay, we're going to add another fur baby. If it gets no, then that means you should wait. I don't know how to explain this to you enough, but we can do yes, no's. We cannot do decision trees. So, a yes, no, maybe. So we're going to look on, should I add another fur baby?
That's interesting.
I get no, and I'll tell you why. You're not really ready for it. You're being pressured. You've got two male figures who have some sort of critter in mind for you to get, but you're just not ready to take on the youthful exuberance of that pet. You don't have the strength right now. I don't know why you don't have the strength, but what did you get, Jeffrey?
I got something similar. I mean, first I got the offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be like a little bit of a travel or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is like, it feels like turn around and play with the fur babies you already have. Like, it feels like you're trying to fill. It's like you're trying to bring in an old one. That's what it feels like. It feels like
Mm-hmm.
already passed on. You're trying to bring it in and bring in that energy, but you
Mm-hmm.
already do to take care of and take care of them. That's what I got.
And you just don't have the strength. Either you're not feeling it emotionally, not up to it, or maybe financially and physically you're not. New pets are a pain. I mean, you love them and they're cute. That's why they're so damn cute. So you'll keep them around. Okay. Read on a future romantic partner for you, Ness, I take it, because we're not doing that here. I sometimes dream about them. Okay. Ness and a future romantic partner. Sherry, the one we read about the job, she said, yeah, she's been thinking about going to something very different. So.
Yeah, because I got an ace. Ace is new.
Yeah, Ness, I knew it was for you. I'm just. You go first, Jeffrey.
All right. Well, first of all, I get that you have to open to whoever comes along because this one's very defensive. So it's sort of like there might be someone there in front of you and you're like, nah. And I think you're afraid of getting your heart broken again. Okay. However, I have the Empress. The Empress is really about fertility and she's all about letting things flow, but she doesn't really go out. She's just open. She's sitting in the garden on her throne and she's sort of like, oh, look, that one's growing. Oh, look, that one's growing. But she doesn't go out and till the land. She's the Empress. No. She sits on the chair.
But she's pregnant. It's hard for her to get up and around.
Exactly. So the Empress is really about letting it flow. And then I get the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a really good guy. He's creative and he acts on his passion. And he owns up to his stuff, which I love. So, but I think it's a little bit of a timing thing. It's like you have to get less defensive, let go of the heartache, sit in the abundance of who you are and what you offer, what you have growing. And then someone says, oh, excuse me, I noticed that your garden is really lovely. Shall we start talking about roses? Like that.
Okay. So what I got is you kind of would like to be building a relationship with someone, and there's actually someone you have your eye on, but you really remember the last guy and he was a jerk. And so you're not running in to accept offers. So I see a lot of what Jeffrey sees. This card means take a long time before you let him in the boat, before you accept him in there. Now you do have someone floating around you who's a possibility, but really, really take your time before you get involved. And here's an answer to the fur baby person. I lost my dog in February, probably looking for one to replace him. I know it'll be hard to replace him. Yeah, I replaced my dog with a cat, and I'm glad I did. And it was over 12 years ago. And she's 12 years old now. And she's, I'll watch all those cute little kitten shorts, but I remember her even as a cute little kitten that I really dearly loved. They're a hell of a lot to take care of. So I like my old lady cat.
Yeah, I just got that. I got, because that 5 of cups, it's either you're staring at what you lost or you have the choice to turn around.
Right. And don't move till you're ready to let that go.
And thank you, Ness. I like doing my tarot card series too.
Yes, Jeffrey does, and he does every day. He's like, well, almost every day.
I didn't today.
He didn't today, but you've been up since 4 this morning. A Simple Life. Could I have a 3-month reading? Yep. Since we don't got tons and tons of people. And after Simple Life, I'm going to talk about the 9 Candles series we have coming up. Because I was gifted with a graphic today. Another reader did one for me after reading what the 9 Candles is all about. So, well, they're not sitting at home drawing, Jeffrey. They're going on ChatGPT and talking into their phone. So.
Whatever.
But it was lovely. The thought was lovely.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Okay, do you want me to start? Because I can start with my almost last card. Your life's going to completely change in the next 3 months.
Yeah, I got it too.
And it's because you finally are listening to the voices inside you that lead you to the good points. And you're coming out of a period of this. 3 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
And it has had something to do with your family. She's being torn apart from people she felt were family. It was really family. But there was an inheritance man. You've been involved in some kind of an inheritance fight to beat the band, and you were not ready for them to do what they did, but you're now ready to move on. You've pulled the sword out of the stone, and you're ready to move on. Things are not moving as fast as you want, but that's okay. They are moving. And the key for you and this girl is to let it all go.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to let it. You have to quit being the angry lady in the corner that wants to cut everybody up and just say, what is. And if you just let be what is, then you're going to have this. And I know people think this card's tough. It's death, but that just means complete change. And you're going to be able to listen to your higher self. And so that's a great change. What'd you get, Jeff?
I got a lot of really similar. I got 2 5s again. So 5 is
change.
So this is like the chaos that's been around you. And this is you feeling like you're not part of, right? How you going to
Mm-hmm.
And then I get the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords, even though it looks really dark, the 10 of Swords is actually good because it's completion of thinking. And you can't revive that way of thinking. And
right.
Sometimes I get like on a deeper level with this, I've decided to stop betraying myself. I've decided to not put myself in a position where I could be stabbed in the back, because I kind of knew what I was getting into, and now I'm like more aware, and it's like, no, I can't do that anymore. And there's like a decision made. It's like, I can't do that anymore. I'm waiting for something new to arise. I mean, the sun is rising here. Yeah. So it's a big change. It's a big shift. But, we have to go through big shifts sometimes, because at the end of the shift, you have a change. You have a completion, and then, then we're going to move into aces again.
And people reveal themselves, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do one more 3-monther, Jeff. So go away. This is for Jen. What do the next 3 months look like for me? I'm going to ask if they're moving in a positive direction, Jen, because I don't think you need lots and lots of direction. I think we just need to move your. Oh, it's going to be great, but you're hanging fire right now, Jen. You're just not moving a lot. You're coming to terms with a lot of ideas that need to be closed out and completed. It's to build a stronger home base for yourself. And you've dashed out before and you've been torn up by illusions and delusions. And the change is not going to come this summer, the change you want. So you're looking towards the fall.
I don't get a timing thing, but I get you're ready to move. You feel a little bit trapped, but you see a way out. You see a way out. And the way out is through somehow using your dreams and your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Really 100% where it's going, but you have a good idea approximately where it is. But first you have to, I think that there's a limited thinking going on. I got the Ten of Swords again. There's like, you know, so much we make up our mind about something before it actually happens. I feel like that is what's going to open you up to the the enchantment of the moon. Instead of saying, oh, well, I can't do this because it's too far away or whatever, then it's like, yeah, but that's what I really want. So if it's a little far away, I'll figure it out like that, like that, because there's a healing there. But there's a new energy after you, I don't know, kind of make peace with trusting yourself in a deeper way.
Right. And Jeffrey, you're going to have to remind me. I think I did. I marked these, but I think I marked it wrong. We did the reading for Simple Life, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because they all are saying 3 month and it all looks the same. So we're going to take a break now because Nancy's losing it. And I'll find it. I promise you I will. We're going to cut to a picture of the upcoming candles. And this is weird. There they are. Ooh. And if you notice, it's all food except the tooth, because after we eat all this sweet stuff, we're going to have a hole in our tooth. But this is a blueberry pie. This is banana waffles. This is watermelon. This is a cocktail. This is a piece of cheese and a tooth. And these two little guys are extra little parfait. You know, they're little.
Oh, they're like little pasteles. Yeah, like little mini.
Yeah, those little mini parfaits. I mean, mini things you're holding in your hand. So that's 1, 2, 3. And this candle has 2 wicks in it, so it's going to be 2. That's going to be 2 days. If I ordered a whole bunch of candles, and some came, and some wrote me later and said we can't make that order. So there will be 9 wicks lit by the end of this, 9 candles. And for those of you who don't know,
there goes my diet. Exactly, Rosie.
I know. This is the intro to the 9 candles. This is Journey of the Candles. And I'll tell you what it's about, though, because it's not bad. I mean, you can, I'm on keto and I occasionally eat crap like that. As we light these candles, we invite the joy to rise within us. The flame is a whisper of freedom, a reminder that light lives even in the smallest of moments. With each wick, we awaken and honor our journey, one step and one spark at a time. We bring the flame that makes our hearts smile. That's why all those sweet things are on there. What gives our spirit wings? About the wings part. Harder to lift up fat bodies. Let this be our offering, a glimmer of gratitude, a breath of hope, a radiant joy that we deserve. So may it be, with light, with love, and with an intention. And then each day has a different description about kind of started with 1 flicker. Okay, we've got the flame of hope here. Then you go to 2, and then you go to 3. Anyway, by the time there's 9, we got a bonfire over here, kids. So, for those of you who don't recognize the platter underneath, that's my old pizza.
Your old what?
my pizza stone because it won't burn. Because I've set my desk on fire once during a 9 candles, and my kids said, "No more. You got to stop that." So that starts on the 24th. And so as you can see, you can have any mix of candles you want. You can have 9 little votive candles. You can have 9 tall, stocky candles. You can have 9 of whatever you want. And hopefully we will be in a better place by the end of it, because it ends on May 2nd. And it's my understanding the month of May, you feel a lot of the energy lifting. I felt it lift after the moon, this last full moon.
Yeah, this last full moon was something. And this next one is also going to be something.
Mm-hmm. And this is the next question. 3-month reading, Nanatown. Nanatown. Well, quickly, I see you got away from a tower moment right in the far past. And right now, you're hopefully moving on. Some other people who are like-minded like you. You've got 2 3s here. You got a 3 in your near past too. You've moved on. You've gotten with some new people. You have some unrealistic expectations, though. You think that October is going to be the kick-ass month for you, and this says no, that's not true, that things are going to roll out more slowly than you think. But it's better than where you've been sitting, which was not moving at all. I see some real positive abundance changes coming towards you. Where you've moved is going to be a home that you feel like is this place for your soul. And yes, it's cost a bit more money than you wanted, and you haven't found the work you wanted there. But this card's telling you to have patience, because you you made some incredible moves for yourself, but you put an unrealistic time frame on it. What you got, Jeffrey?
I got big cards. I got the Fool to start. Feel like it's a whole new world. It's a whole new thing. I'm not attached to the past. I'm taking a chance. I'm doing something. I'm taking a chance. And then I get Death.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, I'm going to let the old die and fertilize the new. And I'm going to let it completely transform, almost to something unrecognizable. In a good way. Death is a really good card. And then I have the 4 of Swords. So, but I think first you need to like acknowledge where you've been, and maybe there's like a healing or excuse me, a recuperation that needs to go down because you've made such drastic changes. So there's a time of like stabilizing your thoughts, sitting and resting, and then allowing it to come to you instead of, because this one does not move.
No.
And, it's interesting because this one is moving and this one is moving, but these are big cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, I need to lay down,
Yeah,
I wanted to paint the whole house today, but I painted one room, and like that's how long it's going to take, and I'm going to lay down.
Right. The 4 of Swords in a deck I have on the Housewives Tarot, it's a day at the spa.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's time to slow down.
But the Fool and Death, big change. Big change.
Yeah, big change. Okay. I feel a big change this year is moving. Will I be moving from my current living situation?
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Nancy and Jeffrey and I know each other, so. Oh, it's not hard to light these candles. Trust me, you don't want to eat wax waffles. And the lady who gave me the waffles, who sent me, she built waffles. She sent me a lovely note by email saying, it's my favorite candle and no one hardly ever orders it because it's in a cereal bowl. I mean, it's in a bowl. And so I wrote her back and I told her about my channel and that I was using it, my 9 candles. And she said, I'm going to send that out to all my people on my email list. Might you do the same? If you know friends that you think would benefit from taking a good new look at their life right now, the 9 candles is a good way for them to, they don't have to light a candle. They just have to come along for the ride. Okay. You want to read on Nancy first?
I got a yes, Nancy. First I got the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is really about establishment and, it could be home. There's like an establishment. I get that. Okay, so that could go either way. But then I get, he's obviously walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's going towards something that's more satisfying. Not that this wasn't satisfying, but he knows that there's something more for him.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes. And then I get the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles, it's like, okay, if I'm going to go, it's because I'm learning new skills. I'm honing my craft.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it might even be like something that you really, well, he likes he whistles while he works. He's doing something he really loves to do. And I have 2 8s, and 8s are about abundance.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I say, yeah. I mean, when I got this card, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's an I'm out of here card.
Yeah.
Okay, what I got for you is you've gotten the strength you needed for making the decisions you've made. You finally figured out you can't cure the world. You can't fix it all. And this is not the end for you and the situations you've been in, but you need to move on with people who are more supportive and friendly. You got 2 3s here. You got the 3 getting in the good boat. And then your out card is the best possible. 9 of Cups. Whatever you want.
Wonderful.
Whatever. This is the time for you to manifest what you want. So, good for you, girl. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Jen Miranda has her candles already. Good for you.
I never know. There's a really inexpensive grocery store around the corner from me. So, and they always have, I never know what they're going to be.
Oh, I know. Well, the thing is, you don't have to have 9 candles. You can have 1 big tall candle and just light it every day. The way I've written about my feelings of how each day we just increase the amount of emphasis we put on the light. That's really what we need to do. What should she pay attention to?
Your dreams, your intuition, what's calling you, things that seem, I don't know, that are not 100% clear. It's okay. That's the omens coming to you. I feel like you get a lot. I feel like you get a lot of information. I feel like you get a lot of information all the time. Like they're trying to talk to you through the birds, through the signs, through the YouTube thing that you say, through something you overhear. It's like coming at you nonstop. You have to acknowledge your intuition, right? And I feel like it's in and around your home. It's in and around your home. So maybe in your garden, maybe there are things in your neighborhood that I feel like they're trying to like talk to you, and they are talking to you. You just have to say, okay, I let go of it. I have to hear it. I let go of, I have to see it. It could be feeling. It could be any of those things. I feel like it's coming at you from a lot of different angles. Just be open and like, don't limit what that means.
Okay. You've been living in the past. It's been the 9 of Swords, and you're ready to walk away from that. You're ready to dump the burden that you felt has weighed you down for so long so you can be who you are. the Queen of Cups. So you can deal with your own intuition. You're tired of telling yourself it's going to get better. So by this summer, you're going to get it better because you're not telling yourself something's going to come in and change it for me. So that's what you should be paying attention to, the feelings of change you have around you. And will my SSDI get approved this year? Okay, Harold.
Oh, thank you, Mimi. My cards are sticky, so I'm really shuffling.
It's okay.
It rained last night.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it usually rain when it gets warm there every night?
No, in the rainy season it does, but we're not really in the rainy season, but we've had these oddball storms. It wasn't a big one, it was just a little.
Mm-hmm.
Like once every 2 weeks or something. It's not supposed to rain till June, but I was looking at the monthly and it looks like it's going to start by mid-May.
You're going to have tornadoes up in the northwestern part of your country.
Yeah, well, it's a
and that's so far from you.
I'm so
if you get a tornado, it's going to have to really be saying, "Where's Jeffrey?"
I'm surrounded by mountains.
I know.
It's never really windy here anyway. I mean, it's windy, but it's not windy like New York is windy.
No, or Chicago. Nothing's windy like Chicago. So, do you want me to go?
What's the question? Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. You're trying to work things out so you can support yourself comfortably. You may have to do a lot of follow-up on this because big changes are coming. And that can mean that it moves in your direction as well as if it's been stalled. The tower falling is great, but yes, you're going to get it, but you're going to have to really fight for it.
Mm-hmm.
And because the group you're working with, which we all know is batshit crazy, for entertainment purposes only. Social Security used to be, I mean, they were tough and they were fair, but they were there. And now you got people who aren't even there. So.
All right. I got maybe you just started the process or it's sort of new-ish, right? But I do get that you receive it. Also, but I get judgment, and the judgment card. Judgment, first of all, is inevitability. There's an inevitability to this card, so inevitably you're going to get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to listen to the messages of like if your instinct says call this one, send this letter, look up this thing online. Whatever it tells you to do, you have to really follow. They're trying to help you.
All of it. You can't blow it off even 24 hours. Because it just holds you back in the chain.
Yeah, no, you got to follow them. But I mean, judgment means it's inevitable. It's one of the meanings of the judgment card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you're going to get it, but you're going to have to. They do make you jump through hoops. And Mimi, I got your shadow workbook. Thank you. I love it.
Thank you, Mimi.
Very good. Thank you, Mimi. And we got another question. What life lesson was I supposed to learn from my heart attack I had in December? Okay. For those
what
of
I'm
you
getting before I throw anything, is it's this opportunity to go to a much deeper level of self-love.
Mm-hmm.
A much deeper level of self-love that needs to be incorporated. This is your invitation. It's like this is your invitation to go into it, like in terms of like sleeping, eating, or who you hang around with, what you do for everything. That's what I get before I throw a card. Okay.
Okay. What I got was you were hanging around with the wrong crowd. They were not giving you any sympathy. You were supporting everybody. You got what you're going to learn from it is how to light your own light, and instead of waiting for somebody else. You've picked out the values that are most important to you, and this is a sign of change. It's 5. You're going to polish up what serves you the best instead of taking care of everybody else, and that's going to lead to a wonderful end of your life where you're going to be your own empress, and you're going to find your own justice. You're not going to wait for other people to deliver it to you. You understand now that all that energy you were expending saving everybody else, you now need to spend on yourself.
Transformation, complete transformation. Then I get, okay, if you have to follow your heart or your head, follow your heart. These are choices you're going to have to make. They might not be the easiest choices, but you're going to make them. And then you plant what you want in your garden. You're planting what you want in your garden, and have confidence that the new things that you plant are going to grow. But it's new. It's completely new. It's like, this is like, it's almost like you're between two climate zones, and like you were busy on this side of the garden, and it's like, I'm done with that. I'm going to go to this side of the garden.
Yeah, well, you know what I think it's like. I consider heart attacks like tornadoes in our body. And when they come when a cold front, a cold front and a dry front, and one's very wet, the cold front's dry, and the other front is very wet, and that's where the water comes from that makes a tornado. And those two get together, and there's no avoiding what the physics says is going to be there. So you need to that's a real time, and the fact people saved you and got in there in time and did what you needed to have done, and it's because other people were eating off your heart, your heart energy. Well, guys, believe it or not, that's all the questions we have.
Okay,
that's fine. What do you want to talk about, Jeffrey?
How much we like giving the class.
Yes. Honest to God, people, you will, if you come in that class. Matter of fact, the last 3 classes have sort of combined together, and they have a once or twice a week kind of so they can sort of pick and choose which one they want to go to. They have their own reading meetings, and they continue to read with each other and continue to learn. And I'm always so proud when I go to one of those meetings. And don't write me and say, oh, I want to be in a group of people that are reading because I want to practice. They tried that as a favor to me. We had a couple people who wrote me like that. But the fact other people have not been really trained, and they're like, it's not our job. Our job is to sit here and practice with each other. And there's so much going on, and it's a great time to be caught up in learning. And there's even people in their group that came in learning. They learned tarot, but then they figured out their other skill was going to be in another area.
Right. And it just, tarot is like just like stones. Tarot, stones, maybe healing energy. Like, these are all tools, and you're going to find the tool that you're most comfortable with. This is a way to really open up and trust your own intuition. So, between Nancy and I, we've been reading for a really long time.
100 years.
And we have a lot of experience, and we both have different takes. It's really about encouraging you to find your own meaning for the cards. That's really what it's about. We can give you the basic, and we really go through everything, and we'd like to answer questions, and the people who show up are really nice, and it's nice to have a new skill.
You got a testimonial. I took the class. It was great. I'm a reader. And Nancy was reading cards and doing it out in the world before she took the class. but it gave her a boost and she's got her up and about, and she's just thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you.
endorsement.
And every new interpretation you get for a card, like let's say you already know how to, read cards, or in a general way. But every new interpretation you're going to get, it's like, oh, I think I like that. Maybe I could use that sometimes, or like, no, I'm really seeing it from another, which is great. So it kind of helps you to know what you know.
Mm-hmm. So we have a question, Jeffrey. Will my daughter move to Arizona this year? Sort of cosmic spying on your daughter, but I assume it affects your life, so I'll answer the question. There are some questions about children or siblings or spouses I won't answer, because if they need to know that, they can. Oh, we got a Dr. Gail question after this. We're going to have to answer that. This year, I presume you mean by the end of 2025. Oh, yeah. I got, yes, she's moving. Whenever I get the Ace of Swords in a movement question, it means they're going. And I've got, let's see. She's with a group of people she really likes. They're making her stronger. She is going to miss some of the close ties she's had to her family system right now. But if she's moving with a guy, or she's married and it's due to him, he's a good guy. Give him some space. I know you would like to keep the whole family together, but it's not in the cards.
I get yes also. I get she's working on it. I get the happy family. I get everybody all together, the happy family. I get the movement card. Yeah. But and actually it's gonna just happen in a moment. It's like, oh, we've been planning and all of a sudden it's there. That's what I
And he works for Trader Joe's. That's fine. It's a nice company. And then we've got, I don't know. I mean, she's so jealous about your book, Jeffrey. She can't stand it.
Oh, darn.
Let's see what the next 3 months say about Dr. Gail's book. Dr. Gail, who is also doing 9 candles. Let's see.
That's interesting.
Oh, geez, Dr. Gail. I should stop it. No, I'm not going to. No, okay. Do you want me to go? Or what'd you get, Jeffrey?
I start with the world.
I start with the magician.
You know what sometimes I get from the world?
Mm-hmm.
It's
What?
time to just, it's like, oh no, I have to put the cherry on top of that cake and it needs sprinkles and I need the right plates. It's like, the cake is done. Serve it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got it mastered. You've had the strength to get through what you needed to know to get there. And this is your equivalent to Jeffrey's card. You just keep looking for other reasons to not say, okay, I'm done. And yes, you use it to anchor you so you don't have to get on to book 2, which she also has in the mix.
Yeah, I'm getting big too also. I'm
feeling
feeling
yeah. And I think it will be gone past the editors and everything by October.
Yeah, because this is ending and beginning, right? So you have to end one to start the new one, because a new cycle is beginning. And then I get, this is like the download you're getting for book 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the help is going to be there. It's like something shows up, someone offers you something. It's like, or you hear something, or someone says, I know how to do it, or something like that shows up. Um, yeah, and you have to choose really wisely.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this one was like the whole reading almost. Like when I
Right.
got that, I was like, one is done, another one's coming. That's what I got immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, when you have the magician and strength together, you're done it. And that's Dr. Gale. The cake is done perfection. That's your problem, Dr. Gale. If I read one more article on why I can't get my life moving, it's based on people's perfectionism. Everything has to be just perfect or they're not going to move. You're never going to move, you know?
What's perfect?
I keep telling her to send the damn thing. She finally found Grammarly or one of those programs, and that helps you get all the commas in the right place. I have Grammarly on my computer now, and I'm appalled at how I've forgotten about putting commas in things. Okay. Patricia, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you guide my daughter to her right career? I can ask that question. You'll say yes or no. Let's see if your daughter's on the correct career path. I think that's a better
I like
question.
that question.
Okay. Is your daughter on the right career path? Because if we say yes or no to it, and then we don't tell you anything else, and she's not here to get her energy, I don't know. Jeffrey and I end up with lots of dead end questions.
Okay, I get that she's very disappointed with something, but she needs to pick herself up. You know, she's concentrating on what is disappointing her instead of utilizing the skills and the what she came in with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if she gets over that, then she might move toward. This is interesting because this is moving, but it's moving from something that was turbulent into something calmer.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it's in her like life path. It's kind of like written.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she needs to let go of the, oh, well, I tried to be a scientist and it didn't work out, example. And oh, I'm so sad that I couldn't be a scientist. I really love science. It's like, yeah, but you're really good at these other things too. So
Mm-hmm.
utilize them and move with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like,
What I got is, boy, did you guys program her to want to go in a direction,
wow.
whether she liked it or not. And it's costly to her because it's not part of her value system.
Mm.
But she wants to make the family happy. And so, but she's going to find her own path. It's going to be her own right decision. But
Hmm.
you also have temperance. She needs to slow down and figure out what's right for her. Instead, she has no, Mom, you didn't make a mistake, but within your family, there's a lot of pre-programming. There's a lot of pre-programming in my family to become doctors and lawyers and those sorts of folks. And here I am reading tarot on YouTube.
Yeah, my family's all doctors also.
Yeah, doctors and lawyers. So she's been real programmed that she has to have a degree in it. She has to get, and there's certifications beyond college training. It's so much more valuable. So now that is our last question. So, and since we're at 58 minutes and we wanted to be out at 60, Jeffrey and I just want to remind everybody our tarot class starts April 30th. You can find it. Dun, 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 dun.
And my tarot books and my shadow workbook are available on my website.
And this is how you can get to the tarot class. It explains everything to you. We do have a minimum number we need. We have 3 now. We need 6 at least, and 10 preferably, because that really gives you a broad view of how to read. And that becomes, because by your 3rd or 4th class, you're going to be reading cards. So it's better if you have more people, because if there's only 2 or 3 people in this class, by the end of the 4th week, they're going to know more about each other than they wanted to. So we're really looking forward to everybody coming and joining. We're only going to run the evening class. No one even clicked on the Saturday class when I had it
But
out.
we were willing and open.
We were there. I'm not going anywhere anyway, so why not? And
We're ready.
Here's info on Jeffrey's books. If you want to sit at home and self-taught, this is his stuff. This is his wonderful. Dr. Gale, you'll get the same coverage when your book's out. shadow work tarot workbook. It's wonderful. Somebody actually asked me a couple shows ago, what do I like about this book? And I've done several pages in it. And I can give you an answer. I'm not just typing this because Jeffrey's my friend. I'm telling you this because he and I discussed this, and he came up with this idea because there's a lot of people who don't want to do shadow work in a public group. And I couldn't agree with them more. Anyway, you can start to get your toehold in it, and then you can come to either open readings like mine or people that have paid for closed readings, and you have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, bye everybody. See you, Jeffrey.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios.